Hello there, it's another beautiful Saturday morning, and I welcome you to this edition of Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM, where we host strong ladies and women who have achieved in life so that they can share their experiences with us. This generation can also learn from them. My name is Toyin Sogbesan, and I like it when you call me TS. Anyway, before I allow you hear from my guest this morning, I'll quickly say this. All women out there, it's not how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes us happy. That's in the words of Charles Spurgeon. Let's make ourselves happy. It's about the ultimate because we have only one life, enjoy. But let it be in moderation. My guest today is Chief Mrs. Bolatito Ade-Onojobi, a retired chief midwife tutor from Ademola 2 School of Midwifery at Abeokuta. It's nice to have you on this program, huh?
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, Grandma, it's nice to really have you. I love it when I have grandmas as my guests. We can learn a lot from you. So let's start from the very humble beginning. What was growing up like for you? Who were your parents? Where were you born? And the schools you attended?
Yeah, my parents, we are from Osun State, Ipetu-Ijesha.
Okay.
My parents is my father, Mr. Ibrahim Olatubosun, while my mother, Salaja Sabitu Ibrahim.
Great.
And I started my life at Ipetu-Ijesha, where I was born. I did my primary school at Ipetu Roman Catholic Primary School, Ipetu-Ijesha. And I attended Ipetu Grammar School.
Okay.
You know, at the early stage, I was at George Burton Memorial College, my first year and second year. But during the time of wet, 1966, if you can remember.
Grandma, how can I remember, except the one that I read in history?
Okay. So that time...
Where was that in 1966?
Oh, God knows. So there was a terrible fight between parties that are burning houses. So they burnt our house. I have to go back. That time, I have to go back to my town. George Burton is at Ilesha.
Okay.
So I have to leave the school after class 2. And then I joined British Grammar School in Form 3. And I finished there. And after my schooling, I came to Oyo. And I was a teacher in a primary school. That time they call us TO, Teacher Oluwo.
Okay, not Teacher
Oko. We say no,
Oko.
not Teacher Oko, we are Teacher Oluwo.
Okay.
So I was a primary school teacher before marrying Dr. Ade-Onojobi. After that, I had my first baby.
I'll come to that. But I want to take you back a little, growing up. How many were you from your siblings?
We were 6.
How many boys, how many girls?
2 boys and 4 girls.
What was your position?
I'm number 2.
Number 2. Who was ahead of you, boy or girl?
Girl.
So what was your relationship growing up with your siblings? You were not from a polygamous home, even though because your parents, Mr. Ibrahim and Elijah Ibrahim, Muslims, you had Muslim background.
Yes.
And you attended a Roman Catholic primary school.
Yes.
Can you shed light? How did that happen?
Yeah, my father, I love the man because he believed we have one God.
Okay.
He didn't stop us from going to wherever we want to learn. Even though when I was younger, I was sent to running school, but Musa. Because that day they knocked my head, I have to run. And I told my daddy I can't do, and didn't fight me, said. So he didn't disturb us from going to second.
He gave you free
Yes.
Right.
It's a father that's, in fact, I believe if people should copy him, it's very good. He believed that religion, because by the time I brought my husband, and he's a Christian, and he wasn't arguing. He said, that is where God wants me to be. And I really thank God for it today, because I'm blessed.
Wow.
I'm doing fine.
We thank God. We thank God. So let's look at your growing up in a polygamous setting. How many wives did your father have?
My father has 4 wives.
4. Your mom was what number?
Number 1.
Number 1. Great. So what was growing up with other siblings and other wives like in your home?
I would say it's not bad, because when we were younger, we were all playing together. They didn't separate us, even though our mummies, they have their pots. But whoever finished cooking, when we come from school, we will go to that person to eat. So we were just moving together. We were not separated like that.
So how many were you all together?
My daddy's children.
Yes.
Oh.
From your mom, I know you are 6, like you said. From your
the
father?
other ones, they have 3, 4, 2.
Are you up to a football team?
Yes.
I was just trying to pull your legs, Grandma. More than football team. Great. But togetherness, the family cohesion was there.
Yes, we do things together. We love ourselves.
Now, I'm particularly interested in the year 1966, 1967, where you witnessed the civil uprising, the civil war, and you had a little bit of stint, and I think it affected you somehow.
It will.
The words here. You were in school.
Yes. Even it affected us. It affected my home, my father's place.
So tell
even
us
though they couldn't burn the house.
Tell us a little bit about the war at that time. And let's relate it to this present day that people are asking for. Let's go our separate ways.
We pray we don't experience that again.
Amen.
It's a terrible thing to experience. A time when we are scared, the fear was too much. You don't know what will happen. You don't know whether they are burning your house now or not. Because that time my father's brother was a politician, well known, and they believe my father is supporting him. And then they said they are going to burn our house. My father didn't give a damn. He was just staying in his house. They told him to leave. He said, why? They can't burn my house. Even though they packed my siblings, my mommy, all of them, they ran out, said they shouldn't go anywhere. And to the glory of God, they didn't burn our house, but they came in a truck.
Who are they?
The hooligans, I would say the thugs that those people used that time.
Okay.
And then when they got to our house in the night, they were dropping in front of my father's house. And my father was just there looking at them. He used to be standing on his window upstairs, and he was looking at them. Okay, he was looking at them upstairs. Oh. And then those people looked at him and said, Daddy, we didn't know it's your place. And they just packed themselves and they left.
What was the place of African insurance? Do you know African insurance?
There must be, because those people, they have words. Our fathers, they have words.
They will just command.
They have words, yes.
Go back and they will go back. Start sweeping and they will start sweeping.
Honestly.
So it worked during that period?
Yeah, it's really worked. I have different examples.
You have different examples. Can you share some with us?
Yes, because my father's brother, he was in his farm. And the Yoruba people came together. They want to fight him. They brought their medicines, different things that they brought. He was standing at their midst, and they did not see him.
Egbe? Is it Egbe?
He didn't leave them. He was there. He brought them physically home. All of them. But it's after they have finished eating what they brought. Àti ìwo, àti kíní kan tó ń jẹ báyìí. Ẹnu wọn ti yọ báyìí. By the time he brought them to town. He brought them, so
their
we all saw
tongues
them.
came out.
We saw them, their eyes were red. Yes, they have ate what they brought. He didn't fight them, but I'm sure that power was there.
But the power is no longer there now.
I don't know, because the younger ones, we believe in God, we are praying, and those babas, I don't think they give anybody, I don't know.
You have seen a lot, Grandma.
Yes, but he brought them and he took them to Kabiesi's place later that they should go. I'm sure they will go and die.
They will go and die just like that. Our forefathers were so powerful, even with...
Yes, they were. But I think it's still happening. It's still happening. Last year, there was this group of robbers that they stole a car. After they drove the car away from the place, where they see mud water. I'm sure many people saw it. Where they saw mud water, they stopped there and they were using the mud water. They removed their cloth themselves and they stopped there. They were now washing their body with the mud water. So they met them with the car.
That was where the thing met them.
Yes, this was last year.
Really?
Yeah. At the time you see them, they say they go and sweep. They will be sweeping on the landlord comes in. Because they won't be able to take anything. At times they will pack the things outside and they will be sweeping around the place and sit down waiting till the owner comes. So the power was there. I'm sure they still have it. They still have it. But Christianity and Islamic took it from us, you know. But those people that are having it, they are still having it.
Now
after all, we have Isheshi.
We have Isheshi.
So people going there can still be doing it.
Yeah. Unlike the teaching now that when somebody slaps you, your left ear, you turn the right ear.
Yeah, because you want peace for yourself. You know, it's different now. It's different because when you say you want to turn, some have taken drugs. Won't you just run away? Wow. And you say you want somebody to slap you, you run away. You're turning your right. Somebody that's so wide that can kill the person
right there.
Right there. Wow. So life is different now. Life is, I don't know how to explain it.
I love the experience you shared with us, Grandma, but we have to move on. And I'll move on to those years that you started work. How did you start? Apart from the TO, the teacher Olowo stuff.
Okay, that is as a junior somebody.
Yes.
At that time, one of my friends just called me that, since you are not working now, said, would you like to teach? I said, yes. Said, my uncle is working at the zonal education officer at Oyo then. And I went there, I applied. And I applied. And that was how he gave me the work. So I started this teaching in the village.
Which village?
Ilora. Alawusa under Ilora. And I taught there for about a year plus before I was transferred to Oyo Town. So I was teaching at Ade-Onojobi. And it wasn't bad, you know, it was a very nice experience. My salary then was £22.10. It was a nice...
What year?
1970. 70, 71, 72.
£22.10. And £22.10 was enough for you?
Money. It was money. What do you want to buy? It was big money. What do you want to buy? A yard of cloth, how much is it? And you take your 6 years for 15 something.
50 pence. So from the primary school...
So after primary school, you know, I married when I was teaching in the primary school.
How old were you when you got married?
22 plus.
Oh, you married early.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I had my first child, I said, I will still go back to school. And they pressed me, I should have one more. I said, no, I'm going back to school. So I went to School of Midwifery, Oluyoro Gofa Catholic Hospital, where I did my midwifery. And that time, I came back, we were transferred from Oyo to Ijebu-Ode. So my husband was at Ijebu-Ode, I was schooling at Oluyoro Gofa. But each time I have my holiday off, I will come back to Ijebu-Ode. When it's busy, less busy, we will come to Ibadan. Like that until I finished. And then, after my midwifery, I started having my children. I started having my children. And then, later on, I went again for my general nursing. School of Midwifery, Ijebu-Ode.
Or School of Nursing there?
Yes.
Okay.
That was 1980. The School of Nursing was there since 76.
Okay.
So I did my general nursing at School of Nursing in Jobode. I finished in 1980. And after that, I was working at the State Hospital in Jobode. But to the glory of God, because the students used to see me brilliant, so I used to teach them the words. Now they told the principal of the school, then they said I should come to the school. So I was their clinical instructor from 1980 until 82, when I went for my tutor's course to be teaching in the school. So I became an educator in the school. That was what I did until my retirement. But before my retirement in 92, I went for public admin. Thank God I got a decision there. I said I want to know what they are really doing administratively. And I went for that. So after that, I think I retired in 2005. Wow. But they did not allow me to go. That time we were short of tutors. I was saying I want to go, but by fire by force, I used a month. After 35 years experience, wow. They kept me back. So I was there for 2005 May till 2011 December.
You spent how many years more?
6+.
After your statutory 35
Yes, after my 35 years.
On contract basis?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You must have been very indispensable. Thank God for you.
Yes, God.
But then I picked something, and what I picked is the fact that you actually started as a teacher. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to change your line to nursing, to medical?
In fairness...
Would it be your husband?
No. My mommy loves nursing. Okay. She wants my senior sister to be a nurse. Because she went to UCHS at that time. When she came back, she said, she wants us to be nurses, so that the way the nurses were working, she loves it. But my sister couldn't. But with my own education, I did.
You got married to a medical doctor?
Yes.
Was he a medical doctor when you met him?
Yes.
Oh, great. As a teacher, how did you meet? Who is he?
Dr. Chief Ade-Onojobi, Olushola Ade-Onojobi.
Okay.
So that time I was teaching in the primary school. So I had malaria, I have to go to Ibadan. Now my uncle saw me and I said I had malaria, that's why I came. I said, why? My friend is there now. I will give you a letter to go and give him. And when I gave him the letter, we were not even thinking of boyfriend, girlfriend, no. I dropped the letter. He said, okay. Anytime I'm sick, I will come. I said, all right. I didn't go there until about 3 months or more. Gradually said he wants to know my place. He will take, I was sick, that's why I was there. He said he would take me there. He now took me home. That's when he knew my place. Gradually said he has come to see me. I remembered one woman at Toyin. The woman used to sell things in front of the house, in the house where I'm living. She would say, Doctor Simbiri, also lost in the money and was in me. I will say I'm not, because he was married. I'm not thinking of marrying a married man.
Okay, he was married.
Yes, and God knows the truth. I said, Mama, he will come and come and come until it came to be.
And you got married what year?
We married in 1971.
1971. What was the relationship like with the wife at home? You and the wife at home? How
we were not living in the same house then.
Okay.
We were living separately. Even though we were all living together here, there's no problem. We are not fighting. Unless anybody that wants to fight. Nobody else. Me. Because I came from polygamous house. My mother did not teach us about fighting. She will tell you, if they are fighting, she will never answer them. She was there though. She will say, go to your... She doesn't allow us to fight. She doesn't fight. And we have never seen fight, even with my father. She doesn't fight. She was so pleasant, so quiet. In fact, may God bless her. I learned from her a lot. She's so peaceful. And to the glory of God in that house there, I'm peaceful. I don't fight anything.
We thank God. We thank God for that. So what's your own thinking? Because girls of today don't want to get married to married men. And at the end of the day, they're like 34, 35, 40, still searching, single, still searching. What's your advice?
To me, it depends on individual differences. What I can tolerate, you can't tolerate. It's only you think you can cope. If you know that you are too jealous, you cannot dab into this. Even when you marry a single man, at times, they are not as happy as those people married man. But I'm not preaching that, go and do this. My children, they didn't marry married man. They marry single men. Thank God, but it depends. That's my own advice. It depends. Where you find your love, very important. You say love is reciprocal.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The program is Feminine Scope and the station is OGBC 90.5 FM. My guest today is Chief Mrs. Bolatito Ade-Onojobi, a retired chief midwife teacher from Oba-Demola II School of Midwifery here in Abeokuta. We're still on the program, but I won't allow you go until you must have advised this generation. You're a grandma. You have seen a lot growing up, and even now, you are seeing this generation, your own generation after your own. Now the Sorosoke generation, then the Gen Z generation, then the no grief for anybody generation. Grandma, you have seen them all. What would be your advice for this category of youngsters?
Yes. I once said, what you can tolerate. Before you dabble into anything in life, make sure you have your focus. Set your goal, plan. What do I really want to be? Because right now, people are struggling to get quick money that used to destroy them. They can start from somewhere. Even if you start from selling ordinary pure water, you can still make it for as long as you are consistent with whatever you are doing. Don't go and say, I just want to be like this person. Did you know how that person got there? Why? So you go and sit down. The younger ones of today, they should learn something. Because even my work as an NGO, I work on gender-based violence. I see a lot of things in the villages where I work. And the major problem they have used to be there's no money, my husband did not give me money. So I'm encouraging the younger ones to learn something before they get into marriage. Because it's important to be skilled, to have something at hand before you. Because if you say you are marrying without anything in you, you will still fight, you will divorce, the marriage will scatter. You must be able to say, I have this. You don't wait until say, oh, everything's my husband. When the husband comes, the man will be fed up now. Why can't you have your own voice? Because I'm preaching for ladies. Women should have voice. You cannot have voice without having something in your hand.
Economic power.
Yes, you must be empowered. Not millions, but with little you have, you can still multiply it. And life will go on. So that it will not be, it's only when my husband comes that my child will come to take this or that. So everybody must be able to get something, both the husband, both men and the woman.
Right, thank you, ma. After retirement, what do you do apart from the NGO you spoke about?
It's my NGO.
It's
I
your
work on my NGO. It's my NGO. I have my office there.
So how do you keep faith? Because aging is not easy.
It's not. I'm just blessed. That's
Thank God.
Aging is not easy. Women, we say our leg, our back, our this. When I was younger, I used to do this.
Or treadmill?
Not even treadmill. I used to practice it easily. Because even now, I can bend any part of my body.
Oh.
Those that are younger, they will say, it's pain. I say, why is it paining? So it's the way you treat yourself when you are younger. You will meet it there. It's good to walk about. Nowadays, I couldn't walk much, but you still have to keep fit. If you are not fit, your heart will be tired, your leg will, and the muscles will be weakened. Unless you use that leg, you must walk. 50% of our body is on the legs, so you have to keep it working to keep fit.
What type of music do you enjoy? Grandma, do you still party?
I love music. I used to love Obey in those days and Sonny Ade. Myself and my husband, we love it. I used to party then. I love it.
Do you still party, even at this your age?
I love going out. You know, to keep you going, you have to mix with people and talk and smile. It keeps
and
you.
let off the heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It keeps you going.
I agree with you. So what type of music would you want for this program?
My music. I like Obey.
Obey?
Grandma mi kò sẹ́ni tó lè padà. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi yé mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ yé. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi gbé mi lékè ayé. I used to love it.
Okay. I'll play that for you. My producer will take that.
Àyànmọ́ mi kò sẹ́dá tó lè padà. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi yé mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ o. Àyànmọ́ mi lọ́dọ̀ọ́wọ́ Olúwa ni. Ẹ̀dá ayé kọ́kọ́ lè ṣí mi nípò padà. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi yé mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ yé. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi gbé mi lékè ayé. Àyànmọ́ mi látọwọ́ Olúwa ni. Ẹ̀dá ayé kọ́kọ́ lè ṣí mi nípò padà. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi gbé mi lékè ayé. Àyànmọ́ mi látọwọ́ Olúwa ni. Ẹ̀dá ayé kọ́kọ́ lè ṣí mi nípò padà. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi yé mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ yé. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi gbé mi lékè ayé.
Thank you very much for finding time to be on this program. Well, that's it on this edition of Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM. Again, I thank my guest, Chief Mrs. Bolatito Ade-Onojobi, a retired chief midwife tutor from Obademola 2 School of Midwifery, Abeokuta. I thank my producer, Timilade Tijani, assisted by Fumilayo Akintoye. My studio manager is Bukola Olatunji. My name is Toyin Sogbesan. You call me TS. Till next week, when we bring you another strong woman, do have a beautiful weekend. Good morning.